Never thought I would find something as real as this. Hobby skips over time with each and every kiss, and I like it.
So, hi, welcome back to the University Star League. This will be the final game of the season. We play the last unplayed game. It will be Xefania versus Lunar. We have a Terran versus Zerg on our hands. And shortly we will interview the players over Skype. But yeah, so I have some people with me here in the sofa. They don't have microphones, but they are lovely people and still people part of the production. How are you guys?
We're awesome!
Yeah, you can do the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I'm guessing it's the thumbs up. So, here in Sweden we have terrible, terrible weather. It's winter now, not the player, it's the season. And yeah, we're trying to warm everyone up with some lovely StarCraft play. So you're going to want to stay in this Saturday, and maybe we can get one of the players for an interview over Skype. Hello, Xefania or Lunar, are you with me?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, is this Xefania?
I'm not sure if you can hear me or if you can hear Lunar.
Yeah, I can hear you both,
Okay.
I think. Can you both say something?
Something?
Hello.
One said hello and one said what?
Something?
Something, okay. So, whoever said something.
Yeah, that's me, Xefania.
Okay, that's you. So, Xefania, being a Terran player, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Not today. I'm kind of in a losing streak, but yeah.
Yeah, but being in a losing streak, I think that can be good, both good and it can be bad, because you get like a low self-esteem, but at the same time, you have to end the losing streak sometime, you know?
Yeah.
So always when I get out of a losing streak, I start playing really well. Do you think that's what's going to be happening today?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And Lunar, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's snowstorm, but other than that, it's pretty nice.
Is there a snowstorm really?
Yeah.
Isn't it really more like raining snow at the same
No,
time?
it's like tons of fucking snow. The buses have stopped going as well.
What? Where do you live?
Uppsala.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Holy shit. We have just wet, terrible rain here in Stockholm.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have that. I love warm winters, you know. Cold winters can suck. They can go to hell.
Yeah, but the
I
thing
know-
in the middle is the worst.
People say so good things about snow and stuff, but I hate it. Like, it's okay if you want to ski, but just snow in general, it's like, that's the worst thing that can happen to a country. So, Xefania, being a Terran player, how do you feel about the Terran versus Zerg matchup in general?
I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, have you, like, except for your losing streak now, are you doing well in this matchup?
Yeah, I have like 70% win or something on the ladder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've been, like, climbing the ladder?
Yeah.
Have you been practicing a lot before this event?
The ladder? Yes.
The ladder, yeah, great. So not like the specific matchup,
No.
but you got it in your fingertips though.
Exactly.
And Lunar, have you been practicing before this?
Yeah, ladder like usual, but nothing special.
Okay, so you don't have any special like strategies planned out?
Well, Stefan is gonna play mech, so it's pretty much...
I was actually going to ask him that first, but then I decided not to because that would be giving things away. But
It isn't giving it away, so don't worry.
Okay, if you were here, I would ask you guys to shake each other's hands and wish each other good luck, but maybe you can say it instead.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
luck.
good luck, have fun.
Can you do like a handshake sound with your mouths?
I don't think so.
You're welcome to try if you want to. Otherwise, I will be leaving over to the casters. It's Tenshi and the Semmler. Take it away, please.
Yeah, we'll leave.
All right. Yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the UniSL Season 2 Finals, or at least the wrap-up of the Season 2.
We're actually going to be doing the bronze match. That's the third place out of the competitive group.
No, I mean, hell, ZVT, it's a fine way to end the things. You know?
Absolutely.
There's a lot there in that matchup. At least a lot of opportunity.
There's a lot of room for many things to go on. Like, it's not a very, the matchup in itself isn't actually that stale. You in contradiction to what some people believe.
Yeah, well, we've got one guy who's actually got the reputation for going mech.
Oh, yeah.
So he likes tanks. And this is something we remember from when he actually played at the UniSL wrap-up, last time we were broadcasting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. By the way, I am Lucas Tenshi.
And I'm Semmler. What's up, everybody? We're here, and we are going to be getting into this match. It's going to be a best-of-5 series, and this is going to be some sweet StarCraft 2. But I think it's a fine way to start the weekend. We're Saturday here in beautiful sunny Stockholm. Well, it's actually 3 o'clock, so there's no more sun.
It's going to be pitch black in about 45 minutes. Yeah. Welcome to Sweden, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, this is also the final cast for the year of the University Star League.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be the final hurrah, but then again,
it's a little sad. I'm going to miss it, but
no. It's fine. It's fine. We got the holidays coming up. It's going to be Christmas, and then you're going to have New Year's, and then when New Year's comes around, next year, season 3. So we already got something to look forward to. But you need a little bit of time to rest and recuperate after so much good StarCraft.
Right. Anyway, we're all ready in this. We're in the lobby, and.
Do we know what map we're going to be starting on?
Oh, yes. The first map of today is going to be Belcher Vestige, the ladder edition. Right. What are your thoughts on that map? If we just assume that Xefania does mech on this map?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because you see we've seen a lot of ZVT, at least, in recent StarCraft matches. But, mech on Belcher Vestige? Not a lot. Haven't seen that matchup quite so much.
I think it's it's a very narrow map. It's a bit similar to Ohana. I keep saying that, by the way.
It is. It's kind of like its older brother, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I was actually corrected by another colleague, Mr. Bad Example, Henning Eklund, and he said that if you take Daybreak and just twist it like 60 degrees...
It's actually Daybreak.
Yeah, that's what he said, and we looked at it and he was actually right.
So was your mind blown?
Yeah, definitely. Need to clean up the wall behind me.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, because that's some pretty cool information. Actually, Daybreak, one of the best maps of all time.
Oh, I love Daybreak as a Zerg player. But as a Protoss, it's hell on earth. Now, anyway, here we are, Semmler, coming into the first game of today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're about to get into it. It's going to be the ZVT, and spawning in the bottom right corner of the map, we have our Zerg player who's going to have to deal with a whole lot of tanks on this map, but his name is Lunar, and he sounded pretty confident in that first in that interview there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was confident as well during the University Star League a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, his opponent spawning in the blue trunks up in the top left corner here on the first game, the first map. He is Xefania.
Yeah, Xefania, the mech Terran, the man, the myth, the legend. This guy, he's got the chutzpah to actually change it up and not go bread and butter. He has his style of game, and he just executes. So it sounded like Lunar knew about this, though. It sounded like Lunar may be prepared for what he's got coming for him. But that's the thing, Xefania, when you have this kind of style that you just stick to, you know the tricks of the trade. You know that people are going to be aware of it, and you're going to know how to deal with that sort of preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's also the other possibility of that. If you have this sort of play style that people are very familiar with, that they know about you, you can definitely switch things up, and that can give you a big advantage. The element of surprise. Because as Xefania is commonly known as a mech player, maybe he's been preparing bio play or something like that. There are many options you can do in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, that's very true as well, especially when you have that kind of common knowledge floating about. You can use that to take advantage of your opponent. If he's going to assume you're going to do one thing, well then you could just take him completely by surprise and catch him off guard with a different plan. But for now, it looks like we do have a fairly early gas, and the barracks coming in pretty standard as well. But on the other side of the map, Lunar, he's going for a hatch first, in fact.
Yeah, I don't think that, but it looks just very, very standard opening with the Reaper or something like that. And then it'd most likely go to Hellions and just, start throwing down additional factories once he's established his natural. And just go into mech play. But actually, if Xefania does decide to go into bioplay on the very first game in this best-of-5 series, I think that could actually give him a big advantage in terms of psychological warfare. I mean, because I don't think Luna would expect that, and especially not in the first game of the day.
That's true. That's true. And that could be that one way to get a little advantage, that little sucker punch to get into this series.
Get into his opponent's head. That is one of the things with this game that I really, really love. There's so many things that can be going on, right? And you have no idea what your opponent is thinking and what he is doing. And even if you scout, what if they have some sort of sick plan that, there are some styles of play where you actually allow your opponent to scout, and it's just crazy.
It's all about the mind games.
Yeah, that is StarCraft 2 for you.
No, there's no doubt about it. That is very much, control of information is what this game is all about, because it is really just a game of if-thens, If I see this, then I do that. But if you can actually trick them, make them think they saw something else, and then they have the wrong response, A lot of room there for mucking about. But for now, at least, guys, it does seem to be pretty safe and standard. We do have the expansion going down for Xefania as the Reaper comes into the natural expansion here for Lunar.
Yeah, just poking around a little bit. He said, oh, he actually does get one drone there, not quick enough to drop down that...
Spore crawler, man. You needed to do a
what are they
spore
called
crawler.
again? I was going to say simulator.
Let's go for the extractor, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called, an extractor. Right? Refinery for Terran, simulator for Protoss. Now, anyway, I think it's a bit interesting here to see that Xefania actually floated his racks quite far, considering that he could have just dropped down that reactor. But it's a bit safer to keep the reactor not part of the wall-off. So, I mean, it's not too big, really.
No, it's not that big of an issue. And we do have the Reaper still kind of floating about, but the Queen is going to be waiting on the lower cliff there. Will chase it out, and still, Xefania managing to keep this alive. That's really the only important thing, because he's going to be able to dart in to the base and get that scouting information. The longer he keeps this alive, the longer he has an opportunity to get that information that he so desperately needs to start making calls.
Absolutely. And then also, if he decides to go for a Hellion Reaper Banshee play, keeping this first Reaper alive is pivotal for that strike, you know, when it hits. And I think it's a little, I think it's a bit cute there. He actually, Luna only lost a single drone to that. So Xefania didn't make too much happen with that, but like I said, it could definitely come into play a bit later in the game.
No doubt about it. I'm really curious to see what Xefania is going to have in store for us here, seeing as how he is banking quite a bit of minerals. And look at that, the double starport going down. That's where all that extra gas is going. That's where the minerals are going. 2-port
Banshee with Cloak, and he's just going to be making a bunch of Hellions. Now he's moving out on the map with his with the first pair here. A bunch of Lings. Speed has just started for Luna now, and he's going to be looking to take a third base shortly, I feel.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that drone making its merry way over there. And
yes,
if it actually manages to make it out there, however, 4 Hellions on the map plus the Reaper, that's going to be a nice little commando strike force here for Xefania to get over and start annoying Luna, making sure that he can't actually just comfortably take that third base.
Oh, but now here comes the Overlord, and he's going to scout both of these starports, and he's going to know exactly what's up. This is not going to be any issue at all to hold. A bunch of Spore Crawlers, a few additional Queens, and that's going to be easy peasy to just clean up. And now Xefania definitely has to switch up his style of play, because, I mean, 2-port Banshee scouted. This is a build that relies on this element of surprise, and that has just been busted.
It has been found out. Perfect timing there for Lunar to get in there and find that information. So again, you know, just keeping on top of his opponent. We do have that hit squad making its way out across the map. Going to see if they can.
Single Reaper, but no third placed yet, and not even a drone making its way up. Look at the Queen count here for Luna. He's up to a total of 4 right now. 5 actually, with additional ones coming out of these hatcheries. Double evolution chamber as well. And the lair is almost done, so he's just perfectly prepared for this.
He has not let up on the Queen production. That is something to point out, and he's going to have quite a bit of them here. They should be able to force these units back. The speed is just about to finish, and there we go on those links. So if he decides to make a big round, maybe that's going to be the answer he's looking for. But for now, at least, content to drone and get those the static defenses up. He's putting down the spore crawls already in those bases.
Yeah, getting one in each mineral line, yeah, and then he's going to be able to make overseers as well now that his lair is done. He's now right away dropping down that spice, starting 1-1 as well. I really like the implementation of getting these early upgrades for Speedlings, because it really scales off very, very well into the mid game. Especially considering that with this investment that Xefania has done with, you know, the 2-port Banshee, his upgrades are going to be very far behind.
Yeah, that's true. And in the meantime, Xefania, you know, he's like, okay, you scouted my Banshees? That's fine. I'm going to take a third base. What are you
I like this move from Xefania, though, taking the third base right away. Because, I mean, this relies on that Luna remains defensive. And, I mean, he's setting himself up very defensively. He's taking his own third base right now. And looking at this link hand, he's actually morphing quite a few now, going up to a total of about roughly 30. And does find the space and cancel the construction of this. So now Xefania needs to move back on the map to defend this, because he does not want to cancel this third CC.
Yeah, and he will be able to bring those Reapers and the Reaper and the Hellions back in time to be able to defend this. And one SCV is going to be rallied over to finish the construction and surely the repair. So no big deal here, just a little bit of a delay, but still, Xefania up on 3 bases. If Lunar allows this to go on unchecked, 3-base Terran is a very scary thing for a Zerg to have to deal with here so early on in the game.
Yes, absolutely. But I want to come back to this. Looking into the base of Xefania, he does not actually have too much production. He's making 2-port Banshees, up to a total of 6 right now. 6 Banshees with Cloak. They are extremely powerful. But with his Mutalisks coming out, I don't think that he's going to be able to deal any sort of economical damage to his opponent. And he's actually forced to be on the defensive, even getting a planetary fortress here in the third base.
Yeah, this is really interesting. In fact, we do have turrets going up all over the place, however, so there should be ample static defense here because he doesn't actually have that many units that shoot up.
No.
Xefania. That's the real issue here. He's got a couple Vikings out on the field, and he's continuing Viking production.
I mean, that's the only option he has. I mean, he could. I would like him to make a bunch of Widow Mines because they would actually help a lot in conjunction with turrets and Widow Mines together. They actually work out really, really nicely. Now he's dropping in an additional factory, so he's going to be slowly transitioning into real mech play. Just very, very slow, but a total of 5 turrets, by the way, here at the third base. So this is actually a very, very well-defended base. But then Lunar, in response to seeing that third planetary fortress, right away goes away and drops that 4th base to the north of his main.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just going to start powering up here at this point because they've basically had this gentleman's handshake of, you're not going to attack me anytime soon, I'm not going to attack you anytime soon. We'll go ahead and make drones and everybody's going to be happy. We'll make a lot of money.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what it's all about, isn't it?
And we see here coming out of Lunar, he's going for that infestation pit. He's probably going to be going into Ultralisks. I mean, because, I mean, he should be continuing with into the 2-2 upgrades unless he already has them. Maybe I've missed that. No, he's still stuck on 1-1. 2-2 should be starting shortly, though, if I'm not mistaken. He's on a total of 6 gas geysers, and he's not committing super heavily to mutants. He's making a couple, but he's not making too many. I mean, the Viking count, even though Mutalisks fare pretty well against Vikings, if your opponent has a ridiculous, Viking count, you don't want to continue making Mutalisks.
That's the question, isn't it?
Ultralisks, as we saw in the cinematic for Heart of the Swarm, they actually work very well against Vikings if they decide to land.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they have to actually touch down on the ground. That's the problem here. But there's quite a big force actually moving out now for Xefania. I think he feels comfortable enough with this Viking count. He's got more than enough to deal with this small handful of mutas.
Yeah, absolutely. This ground, like in terms of offensive capability onto the ground, his army is actually fairly terrifying. I mean, there's no roach warren down here for Lunar, so he only has Lings and Mutalisks right now for defense.
No. This is actually getting fairly scary here. He's finally got a roach warren down, so he should be able to start cranking those out shortly here, but 38 Lings on the way, continued muta production, and he's even upgrading the mutas further, not going for armor, but going for +2 air attack.
And he's also getting +1 range for those structures, which I think is a very interesting choice. I mean, considering getting that 1-1, it would really make sense. It'd be more economical to even, use those upgrades that he already has to get into Ultralisks, but he's actually going to be deep. He's going into Swarm Hosts now. Swarm Hosts fare very well against Mech, as long as your opponent does not have a good Raven count. But here we have an engagement coming in, and look at all those Lings getting roasted instantly. The Banshee's cloaked, but there's not enough here to fight against these mutants, and he's going to potentially lose every single Banshee, and that's very costly, but no, he decides to pull out. And
he's going to pull back because he wants to bring those mutas back here to deal with the flank that's coming in from the Hellions. Good play here by Xefania. The Hellions, cheap, easy units to produce. He's just going to throw them away, try and draw the attention back, and he does save those costly Banshees.
Yeah, that is the most important part, to keep those Banshee alive in this. But now he has very little to attack a big swell of speedlings.
Now when he's making Xefania, he's going for triple Thor production in Ravens. This guy.
He has a total of 5 factories, and he's now making a bunch of Ravens. I really, really like Ravens because they complement mech so well with the PDD. You have the Seeker missile, which can just completely shred anything. Against a unit as immobile as a Swarm Host, it burrows, and you just, target them with Seeker missiles. They won't be able to get out in time.
Yeah, we're actually going to have a pretty slow-paced game here. If you guys haven't picked up on that fact yet, this is just going to be turning into a bit of a slugfest. But the real problem here is that Lunar is, in fact, taking over the entire map. He's got Overlords dropping creep at the remaining bases on the map. He's taken 5 bases total. I mean, he is really just getting control, and he has a great creep spread as well. So Xefania, he needs to start inflicting a little bit of damage here because things can start getting out of hand fairly quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like this, that Lunar also got Burrow. Very many Zogs, I feel, don't get Burrow. It's a very underused upgrade.
50-50, I know, it really is cheap as well.
Yeah, it's a great upgrade. But I really want to look at. Oh, never mind. He just starts the lair. I was going to say it is a bit late though. It's still a late lair, and his upgrades are fairly bad for his ground army. But there are no mech upgrades. There are barely any upgrades for this mech army anyway. So he's only got one +1 attack, +1 armor is coming in now. However, the mech upgrades scale for both the ground and air units, so that's at least a small victory there for Xefania because he doesn't need to double upgrade.
That is the issue, though. He should really be focusing on that, perhaps throwing down another armory and
yeah,
getting the double upgrades starting to get cranked out there because he's starting to fall behind. We have +2 melee coming in. I'm sure there's more there for the Zerg player as well. So, I mean, this Zerg player, he's really starting to power up. He's got quite a few Swarm Hosts out on the map as well, so he can start sieging up those units to get in that 3rd base and really just denying the 4th base here for Xefania.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, and with this, when this hive finishes, we're going to be probably seeing Ultralisks. I don't think we're going to be seeing Broodlords. because they've sort of fallen out of fashion. They still happen sometimes, but it's in like 80% of all the cases you go into Ultralisks because they just actually perform so well against anything on the ground right now.
Well, the Stag defense are going to have to step it up here. We have the Banshees, we have the engagement.
Down there. Look at the damage from these Locusts. It's just ridiculous how good they are. And here come the Lings, and even the Roach is actually not fighting now. Big Raven flank actually. Seeker missiles going down all over these, but not very many of the Swarmhosts falling. All the Banshees get cleaned up as well.
He's going to lose everything here, Xefania, and that's actually a big deal. He's managed to save a couple Ravens, and he has 4 Thors left, but that is the entirety of his army. He's just stacked 40 supply worth of units versus a fully maxed out Zerg. Lunar just hops right back up to full supply.
Yeah,
this is going to be a real issue.
He decides to make an additional 9 Swarmhosts because actually at this point, Xefania does not have that much of a good response to this. I mean, he's got the... This is a bit cute, actually. A bunch of Hellbats slowly marching across the map here.
Yeah, he's going to force a response. At least there's going to be a few Lings that are going to go down. The Roach squad is here, though, and those are the heroes. They are going to be able to clean everything up, taking a minimal amount of damage. And in the meantime, Xefania just continues to try and reproduce that army. The problem is that he needs to start looking into getting that 4th base up and running.
Yeah, but that's going to be so difficult. We have Lings burrowed, and look at the creep spread coming in from Luna. It's almost at... it is basically at Xefania's doorstep. He needs to really make something happen right now because the initiative is with Luna, and I feel that it's been with him for most of this game.
Yeah, it really has. He has had the control because unfortunately for Xefania, he went for this macro answer when his Banshees got scattered out. That's the main issue. Lunar was able to get in there, get that information. That sucker punch that Xefania was preparing to throw just got completely shut down, and then afterwards he had no real answer.
Yeah, he has 23 Swarmhosts, by the way, to deal with, and that's ridiculous. 2-2 started, by the way. The ranged upgrade together with the Carapace. That was a bit of a souffle. With Locust, but
he wanted to paint the town red. Right?
Yeah, but I find it disgusting the damage that Locusts do for free. It's just they are so strong. They have their DPS is like similar to that of a Hydralisk.
It is. It's absolutely obscene. It's actually obscene. Like it really is just.
Oh, and the music's coming in. They're going to be picking off this command. I think he's actually not... He needs to send SCVs to repair this, or this is going to die. And now we have a big swell of Locusts making their way towards the 3rd base. But at the same time, Xefania is moving out onto the map.
Xefania's army is looking to kind of flank and try and draw the attention over here. He needs to get out on the field and start drawing attention away from his base. That's the main issue here. And Swarmhost, they continue to crank out those Locusts. The Locusts trying to close the gap. Not good for the Mutas to be bunching up though versus so many Thors. He's going to lose nearly every Muta. But the Locusts have closed gap.
Oh, did you see the point defense
PDDs, yeah, nicely
I did
done.
not know that. I learned something new. That's actually really cool. I did not know PDDs could absorb the shots from Locusts. But look at this. Look at how quickly this Thor is going to die.
This is just a slow army versus a slow army.
Plus 14 additional Mutalisks come in here with +3 air weapons. The damage from this army is considerable, but he needs to be very careful because the way that he's going to be forced to trade now against these Swarmhosts is going to be very cost inefficient.
Yeah, except that he drops the PDDs, and now they are going to actually snap one Thor up. He should have an exit here, though, and he should be able to make it out. The Mutas are now making it into the field.
He needs to bail right now, but these Mutalisks, if he does not magic block them, he's going to be taking a lot of damage in terms of Mutalisk count at least, but they come additional Locusts, and they're going to be able to clean all of this up. Just Xefania losing the entirety of his army, and then we have GG.
Yeah, the GG is called. He realizes he just cannot continue, and that is going to be the end of our first map here in the UniSL 3rd place match.
Actually, pretty good game. It was a bit shaky there, considering that he got scouted. The 2-port Banshee. When you do something like that, if that gets scouted, you know, like you're behind and trying to go into macro from that position, it's just really, really difficult. So Xefania actually did considerably well, and I really, really like the addition of trying to get that 3rd CC really up quick.
Well, that was the answer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like, I can't attack you, so I might as well try and get ahead.
You have to be really greedy.
Yeah.
Like if you don't do any damage with that sort of play.
Well, there you go. That's actually going to be the end of the first map. I'm curious to see what our second map is going to be in this series, if that's going to allow any more options here for Xefania, because he's kind of fixed in his style, and we've seen that so far Lunar, at least in the first map, hasn't had any trouble dealing with this kind of mech style of play. He really has the answer with the Locusts, with the Mutas. And that is going to be that. But for now, at least, we're going to take a quick look at Lunar. In fact, we've got him here, Andreas. I'm not even going to try. Ekstedt. From Uppsala University.
Actually, you pronounce his surname really well, though.
Pardon me?
You actually pronounce his surname really well.
Oh, well, you know, when I try. But Mutalisks are his favorite, and that's why you continue.
Yeah, we saw that. We could definitely see that.
You see, at that point, it's just like, why not go the distance? You're making Swarmhosts, then make Broodlords, and then just have an infinite number of free units.
Because he was getting the +3 flyer weapon, so he might as well.
I mean, I would have thought that was going to go for it, but apparently his least favorite StarCraft unit is any Protoss unit, so he's going to be pleased with this matchup. Now we know why he's so confident. He's playing against the Terran. It's all right. And Mech Terran apparently, struggles a little bit versus him. But here's his opponent, Xefania, Victor Bergman, Lund Universitet, and he is actually, the Mech Master.
He is the Mech Master. I actually, thinking back on things, I think he did the two-port Banshee style in the UniSL.
I think so.
I think because I remember there was a Terran who did that, like a lot.
Yeah, there's. I think that was him, wasn't it? And
yeah,
also
him,
but it was so funny seeing going into it, where it's just like his favorite unit is the siege tank, and then he does nothing but mech.
He did get one tank.
He was doing it, man. He was doing it, and he did get one tank this last game.
A single tank.
We are into the lobby here for the second match, and the second map, in fact, is going to be on Whirlwind. A bigger map.
Big map.
Here.
I feel it's a bit Zerg favored. You want to play bio on this map because the mech army is just so slow and cumbersome. Trying to make your way all over, like if you spawn cross positions, just going to take you ages to get over there. It's going to be like the German invasion of Russia. It's going to take too long.
Quite a long time, and then eventually you get starved out, and then you're on the creep as well. Germans had to deal with winter. Terrans have to deal with creep. It's hard.
It would have been fun if we had winter playing here.
But guys, we are going to be loading into the map now. We're going to get into map 2 of this best of 5 series. So far, Lunar up 1-0. Can Xefania bring it back now on Whirlwind? That's what we're about to find out.
Absolutely. So, Semmler, you take it away.
There we go. Spawning in the top left corner. He is up 1-0, as we can see here at the top of the board with that one little red rectangle thing. It is going to be Lunar. And so far, showing us that he's absolutely capable of dealing with Xefania's mech-centered style.
Absolutely. And he knows his scouting timings at least. That was a perfect Overlord scout.
Yeah, some people need to be taking notes right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Overlords are useful.
You get them into the base. They're great. And anyway, here we have him, currently down by 1 game in this best of 5. He's going to be able to bring it back and turn the series up, spawning in the bottom left corner here on Whirlwind. He's a blue Terran Xefania.
And this guy, he's on the ropes right now. He needs to really figure out something. And on Whirlwind in particular, that's the thing. If he's so fixed on his style, on his mech style, you have to be wondering what can he do to change things up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately for him, because of the spawning positions here, Lunar is going to get an Overlord right over there first thing off. So he's going to be able to get scouting information so early in this match.
two-port Banshee is just. That's not going to work. If he decides to do that, like you said, he needs to change up his style. Because if he decides to go with a two-port Banshee opener, that's just going to get completely shut down again.
It will. It's going to be a real struggle here. So now, where are we going to go with this? Because Xefania so far is going pretty standard, tried and true. He's got that. He's got the barracks down. He's getting the gas as well. So we can probably expect a Reaper opening here to get that scouting information for himself. He will see this Overlord when it comes in, so he will know the direction to scout in. So that's already a little bit of something there, the silver lining, I suppose.
Yeah, and I guess that as well, like seeing that his opponent, his spawning locations, and knowing that the Overlord is coming in there from that direction, maybe he will think like, maybe I'm not going to do two-port Banshee, because he knows from where his opponent is.
Do you really think he would go two-port Banshee?
He might, because it's funny, and like we said, I think this is the two-port Banshee guy. Anyway, we had Luna opening with a hatch first again. Good choice on this map, because considering the size of it, then a hatchery. Most likely going to be gasless. And Luna actually wisely moving his Overlord back to put in on this pillar here in the natural of Xefania.
Very aware of that Overlord as well. He pulled it back. If it was just the buildings, Xefania wouldn't have actually spotted that Overlord, but unfortunately for Lunar, an SCV got up under it first, so he is aware of where that. You saw the reaction as the SCV was pulled back as well, so rather than send that SCV out to scout when he already knew where Lunar was coming from, now he's just going to send that Reaper to get that information. But I can't imagine Xefania changing things up. He's already got that SCV on the low ground, and he's probably just going to plop down that CC.
Yeah, absolutely, and there it is, as you say. Reaper making his way out on the map. He's just going to come in here, poke a little bit, confirm that Luna is not doing anything super odd, but it's super standard right now, coming here from our Zerg player in the red. And we have the factory coming down in now for Xefania, and if he's going to be going to Banshee, he wants to be taking his second gas shortly.
Well, we do have everything. This is pretty much tried and true as far as things are concerned here.
Oh, actually, yeah, changing things up already with a second Reaper here from Xefania. So he's going into double Reaper, which can be pretty good here. Now there's enough gas here for Luna's speed, and he pulls every single drone off gas. So he's just going to get that speed for safety, and then look to take a third base.
Yeah, so as far as things are concerned here, these Reapers are on a timer. As soon as that speed finishes, the Lings can hunt them down. But 2 Reapers allows for him to go ahead and just make this.
Oh, he needs to be really careful to not get these trapped now. He's on the creep, and this Queen is getting a lot of free hits. And I think he might actually almost, barely gets that Reaper. Very close there.
That was a close call. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at what's going on in Xefania's main base, though. That's going to be the interesting question.
Oh, he's getting a
there it is.
fast CC. Now he's changing things up. This is what he needs to do against an opponent like Luna. He's not going for that 2-port Banshee play, which I really actually like.
Yeah, this is something that we've seen fairly often here. In fact, the Terran play, you know, it's either you get that 3rd base very quickly or you go ahead and focus on that 2-base play. But for now, it looks like Xefania is going to go for that 3rd CC. You should be able to float it over to that 3rd base, or at least use it to just fully saturate the main and natural expansions.
Additional mules are always nice. There's no bunker up at the front here, though. And looking at Xefania's play, he's actually skipped making any units at all, except these 2 Reapers. These are the only units he has on the map, and speed is very close to finishing now. So he needs to be pulling these back. He's got a bunch of Hellions coming out now, and he's actually making Marauders, and he's getting Cursive Shell. I think he's going to go into Reaper, no, I mean Hellion Marauder defense / pressure.
That's interesting. As far as Marauders are concerned, not the best versus Lings from what I've
No,
heard.
but together with the Reapers, like, you put the Marauders at the front and just try to micro well. I mean, the composition is actually very strong against any sort of early defense compositions that Zug has, which would be Roaches and Lings. I mean, you have the 2 counters to them, to those units there.
All right there. And now, well, Lings, you know, camping out on this 3rd base for Lunar. It looks like he's just going to be content to get an eye on when that 3rd base is actually going to float out here. He's got confirmation of it with that Overlord getting into the main base. And again, Lunar, pretty sharp on the timings. He's getting all the information now as far as what his opponent is up to.
And he's going to see that there's no... pretty standard here from his opponent. Oh, look at this. He's got a fast armory and Hellbats. Interesting, actually.
I'm wondering if we're going to see any kind of early aggression.
Yeah, this has to be some pressure coming out now. He's going to wait for these 2 additional Hellbats and like this additional Marauder, and then he's going to move out on the map and look to put some pressure onto his opponent. But with the double evolution chamber here, Burrow as well, Lair just finished. We should have a Spire coming down. There it is, just now getting dropped here by Luna, and his 3rd base is about to pop as well. But with this pressure coming in from Xefania now, just pure Ling is not going to cut it. Definitely not. So he needs to, I don't know, either he needs to get the Dream Surround, or he might potentially take a lot of damage from this, because this is a very powerful attack with these Hellbats.
This is what his answer is. Get in there, get into the natural.
Oh, a nice counter-attack coming in from Lunar.
Exactly.
Xefania, meanwhile, making his way onto the creep, but he's taking a lot of damage here. These Hellbats coming in now, or a single Hellbat actually. There's a Marauder on the high ground, he's not helping out. But look at this, Xefania pushing into the natural, the Queen going down. Now it's going to all come down to the positioning of all of these Hellbats. This is going to be pivotal in this. Oh, a lot of drones are getting roasted. Look at that.
Oh, he's going to clean up everything here, Xefania. No problem at all. Still a massive force to deal with. And Lunar, he's forced to pull all of his drones off the line.
Oh, if he gets the Spire, though.
He's actually going to sit right on top of it, and this is actually a big blow here. This is going to set Lunar so far back in this match. If he loses this Spire, and he doesn't even get the cancel, that is it. It is done, and Xefania is sitting on the natural expansion, just roasting everything that comes within sight.
Yeah, he needs to be really careful now, though, to not overextend with these units. I mean, he needs to keep them in good position and not leave like this, because now the rings are actually wrapping around. But a lot, still, these Hellbats are just doing so much damage. But the last Hellbat should be falling now, but it's at 5 health. There we go. His twin is still alive, but oh, the concussive shell coming into play, and he's actually going to lose this Queen. He's lost a lot of Queens, a lot of Lings, and looking at the work account, 16 drones.
16 drones, but then again, Lunar's counterattack didn't do so bad itself. You know, 11 SCVs killed. You got to look for a little something there. Yeah, but the main issue is that he's lost the Spire, and that's really
the
set things quite far back.
The Queen Semmler. Because that is the macro mechanic that he has, and I mean, he doesn't have... There is nothing injecting right now. Taking a look at his hatcheries, there's nothing, and I mean, he doesn't have a big bank. He lost so many drones there. He reproduces Spire. He's even dropping these 2 additional Spine Crawlers because, I mean, he's scared of additional pressure coming in, which is actually making its way across the map right now. A bunch of Marauders and Hellbats. And with this 3rd CC as well and additional factories, with the armory down as well, Xefania is going to be able to make Thors as a direct response to these Mutalisks, and he's in a great position right now.
It is looking very solid indeed. And I mean, sticking with the Mutas as well, I mean, he's got a great gas bank, sure, but minerals are just not there. It's going to be quite a while before he's really going to be able to produce them in any significant number. And again, just still relying on these Lings. That one Spine Crawler needs to finish up quick, but he's sacking the Lings. He's trying to buy the time, and there's the Spine Crawler going down.
Yes, it comes up to deflect this in time, but he lost an additional Queen. He's stuck at +1 melee. That's what he has. looking at Xefania's upgrades, I need to take a look. I can't actually find neither as a Helmbat. He does have +1, and he has +1 armor coming in now. But with only speedlings, and look at this, he can only afford 5 Mutalisks. And the gas is not the issue like it usually is. It's actually the minerals, like you said.
That's the problem. He doesn't have drones. I mean, if we can get take a look at the unit tab, we can see just how many drones he's sitting on. 34 drones to 50 SCVs. This is the real issue here, and he's continuing to lose them to these Hellbats on the third base as well. But at this point, Xefania, he's basically got everything that he needs going for him with this. He's already cranking out the Thors. These Mutas are going to make it over to his base. They will be deflected, and there's not really going to be an answer here for Lunar to get back into this game in any meaningful way for quite some time.
They're already turrets up as well, and I mean, Xefania's in a brilliant position now. He's getting Thors out, additional factories. He even has his third CC down. He could just drop it down safely now because, I mean, there's no way that Luna can make anything happen with this small pack of Mutalisks. I mean, oh my god, look at the damage. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, that was a slap right there. That wasn't
a slap. That was like a Muay Thai kick to the chest.
Yeah, the knee, man, the knee.
Oh yeah.
But this is interesting though. I'm still waiting on Xefania to actually move out with this third base.
Yeah,
so there's nothing really delaying it. But now he's lifted it. Now he's going to go ahead and establish that.
He is stream cheating.
Yeah, he is clearly.
But
as soon as that goes down, it's going to be a pretty big deal here.
Lunar can actually block this with the changeling if he wants to, but he's not going to do that. Still.
There it is.
Never mind.
Kill it with the SCVs.
Yeah, but now looking at, because of the damage that Luna took in terms of economy, I mean, he has a very, very low drone count. 52 drones now at 14 minutes. And because his drone count is just so low, he cannot afford upgrades. He can barely afford Mutalisks. And his army is going to be small. It's going to be very badly upgraded. And meanwhile, Xefania is just working his way to reach that max that you want to be reaching as a mech player.
Exactly. He is just far ahead, and this is a scary thing. You have a mech player who's ahead of you in supply. That is not good for Lunar. He is in a very tight spot right now, and he's trying to get back into this game. I mean, he's just cranking out drones again, continuing with the gas. But the thing is that the gas is not the problem here, Lunar. It's been this case, like it's been this way for 5 minutes now at least. You need minerals more than you need gas. Just pull the drones off the gas, get the minerals going, and then spend that bank.
Absolutely. Here the Mutalisks swing into the natural though, picking up a bunch of SCVs. They did get that turret. No, I'm surprised to see that there's a Thor here hanging out in the natural, and he's not moving. Now he wakes up. And here comes the fourth base here for Lunar. This is still a pretty bad position for him to be in, because as we see Xefania now moving out onto creep with this army, which is terrifying. 4 Thors and he's 2 Marines even in this, and a bunch of Hellbats. He's not researched Blue Flame yet, but is about to finish actually. What's it called?
Infernal Pre-Igniter.
Yeah, thank you very much. And look at this now, he's also adding 2 starports back at home, continuing Thor production right now, and third base established. He's moving out very aggressively here, and he can just definitely kill. He can kill the third base and the fourth base, no problem.
Supply block them as well. Now he has to actually produce the overlords. He's only gonna have to be able to rely on these Mutalisks, but with 4 Thors here, this is so much AoE.
If he can magic box, he's actually doing a pretty good job focusing one down very quickly. And yeah, look at the magic box here from Luna, which is beautiful, but he's taking a lot of drones, getting roasted here in the natural. Looking at the work he's lost 30 drones right now.
This is a tremendous amount of work going in. Workers killed 30. It's just climbing, continuing to do so as well. Another Hellbat gets into the main line and just continues to rack up the kills. But this is not the end of the world here, because back at the home, Xefania's still ahead in supply. He's still cranking out Thors, and he's got his third base up and established now.
Yeah, Luna did manage to squeeze in the +1 fly weapons here, and he's getting +1 fly carapace as well. +3 weapons for mech though has been started, and with that finishes Semmler.
Oh, it's going to be terrifying. There's going to be so much damage here, but again, a good salvo onto those Mutas. It's just really going to come down to Lunar managing to keep Xefania on his base for the next several minutes as Lunar continues to just try and play catch-up, crank out drones, get the 4th base going, and fully saturated. That's the thing. He needs to start thinking about getting up to some higher tech units here. Lunar.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been stuck on his lair now for a good 18 minutes. And Mutalisks are good, yeah? But when your opponent is going to be having Vikings, he's going to have Ravens, Thors, Hellbats and stuff like that, pure Mutalisk is not going to cut it, especially not when you're behind in terms of upgrades.
It's really going to be an issue here, but we continue. We see actually a move out coming here from Xefania. Looks like he wants to try and throw his weight around. The problem is that he's leaving his natural base exposed. We have those Mutas, they are there, but there's only a single turret. The Thor has been pulled off the line, and now he's going to lose quite a few SCVs here.
But there is a Thor coming in here, though, so he should be able to deflect that, because he can just mass repair. Look at the splash from that Thor, though, but however, these Mutalisks with that +1 actually doing pretty well, and they're killing a lot of these SCVs now. They're picking up, sniping the gas. No, never mind. That was just a...
Yeah, and another 14 mutas in production. That's the scary part here. Lunar has got this.
Yeah,
he's got this under control.
He has 7 Thors though with 2-1 upgrades here. And he also even has this Raven to clear up creeps. That way he can save scans. I like that. That's really cute. And he could actually even... He has enough energy to throw down a Seeker missile too.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal here. If this actually... if Lunar... you can already see him trying to split up the mutas for this fight, and that's actually a pretty fine job. He's looking to get the magic box again, but now we need to see it. Is the reaction time going to be there? And no, the Raven is yet to do the Seeker missile.
No PDD either. There's nothing. But these Thors... these are actually getting cleaned up.
There's
Here we
the
have
PDD.
yeah, but that energy was drained really quickly, and the magic boxing here from Luna being actually really efficient here. But he lost every single drone in this third base. But we have a big counterattack as well at the third base here of Xefania, which went unnoticed for a little bit, with a total of 48 SCVs killed to 45 drones. This game is chaotic because right now Luna just lost his third base. He's established another one here to the left, on the left-hand side of his territory, but he did lose that third base anyway.
Yeah, he did lose that third base. There's a lot of damage being dealt, but again, Lunar, he's still got another base up and running. And not a bank, though. That's the real issue here. Again, Xefania keeping so close in supply.
Yeah, absolutely. But now we see that Luna, for the first time in ages, taking a supply lead. And his mutalist count is growing.
His mutalist count is not dropping, that's for sure. If we could actually bring up the unit tab real quick, we can take a look at that and see just how many he's got on the map. 25, though. It's not the massive number that I was expecting to see, in fact. So, I mean, he is suffering from these attacks. He's taking all these Thors, but... I mean, he's just relying on these mutas at this point. That's all he has to go for.
Yeah.
And nice salvo actually picks off 2 of those. So 2 mutas he can't actually afford to give up at this point.
It really shows to that if you cannot be lax around Thors. You need to be on your toes. Because, I mean, if you look away for, like, just half a second, you can lose half of your Mutalisk's pack.
All right, so let's take a look at the natural expansion real quick and see what Lunar's up to. And we're going to go over there. I'm curious to see, because that is the infestation pit. So
yeah,
now we actually get to see the Hive Tech coming in here in a moment's time, guys. And that's going to be a big deal. It's going to allow Lunar to actually start shifting things around, perhaps getting some of those swarm hosts perhaps out on the map.
Swarm
and that
hosts,
could be very good.
Now, Xefania is slowly going to be floating over this 4th CC. Towards potential 4th base. We have a bunch of Lings here sitting back here for Luna on the right-hand side of the map, ready to counter-attack whenever he sees that Xefania decides to move out. I really like this. There's actually no defensive in the third base here of Xefania, so these Lings could come in and do a lot of damage, and here we see them swinging in right now, completely undefended. Even though they're unupgraded, they're still going to be able to deal with these SCVs really quickly, and a few additional ones popping in here. Raven throwing a bunch of Hellbats making their way back. Actually, the entire army of Xefania coming back here now, and this is giving Luna so much time. He's doing a great job buying time for this.
Yeah, and well, I like this play here from Xefania. He's actually got a little snipe coming in at the 4th base as well. And we still have a bit of an engagement. The mutas are trying to clear up that
Imagine if he got getting a few volleys, and he's going to be killing loads of SCVs right now.
Oh, that's a real problem.
70, he even got the Raven. 74 SCVs have been killed right now.
Looking at the real problem, because at the same time the flank comes in on the 3rd base, and now he's lost those SCVs as well. The Lynx. Lunar is just everywhere. He has slowly, patiently gotten his way back into this game. There is still a massive army, however, heading for the counterattack. This is the problem here. It's do or die time for Xefania.
Yeah,
he needs to take a fight, and he just needs to crush him.
But if he magic boxes again with all of these Mutalisks, I mean, his Muta pack is at 33 right now. It's at 2-2 very shortly as well. But these stores are very well upgraded, so we'll have to see here. Losing a bunch of drones, but there is no economy here for Xefania.
No, there is nothing at all. Where are the Ravens, though? Has he lost the Ravens? And that's the problem.
Yeah, he did lose the one Raven. The
he
bunch
had
of Ravens.
Several, but yeah, that is going to be a problem. He's going to lose those, and now we actually have Neural Parasite being researched.
Yeah, but
He's got the infestors on the way, but the fungals go down. They're locking things in place, and they're actually buying so much time and inflicting damage that Xefania can't afford to take right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the Mutalisk pack is hanging back here very wisely, but here he comes. Oh, look at the way they're grouped up. He needs to focus with the Thors, and there we see the damage coming in from these Thors, dealing massive damage. But here the magic box comes in again, and I don't know. Do you think Luna has enough to hold on there? I mean, only two Thors remain.
Yeah, he's got the Muta count. He's going to be able to hold on to this, and he cleans up this army, and that is going to be that. Xefania just doesn't have much left, despite the fact that he's managed to clean up the natural base.
Beautiful order, actually, from Luna. But looking at the workers lost, 82 SCVs killed, 71 drones. Both of our players at a very low working count, 27 SCVs to 46 drones. But however, like you say, this Mutalisk pack remains intact, and they're going to be able to come in here to this 4th base and just destroy everything.
Exactly right. That is the problem.
There's a single turret here. That's not going to be enough.
Repair!
Goodbye.
Save it! Oh, they buy the time, but the GG is
being
called.
Cool there. That was actually, I was very convinced that we were going to be seeing Xefania take that game.
Is it just me or does Shorty look like a total badass with that new haircut?
I don't know. I haven't been thinking about that.
Well, that was actually a great performance from Lunar because we saw how much damage he took earlier on in the game from Xefania.
I thought he was dead. Like I thought he was dead.
Yeah, no, we thought that was it. I mean, Xefania only had to sit back and basically get another punch and then just go and roll over him. But somehow Lunar manages to find a way to hold on.
The magic boxing was just brilliant from him, and that's really what kept him in the game. Because if he took a few hits there from some of the Thors at some points, you know. And like imagine if he had a magic box.
Yeah, just one mistake would have been all it took, but Lunar played a perfect game after that. He just bought all the time that he needed to get that massive concentration of mutas up in the air and flying. And unfortunately, that's the thing, the follow-up never came quick enough. He was sick. He was stuck in that mech sort of play.
I think that he was a bit indecisive there, like a little bit scared moving out on creep, because I mean, it is intimidating moving out on creep. But I mean, he killed so many workers there, so like there was barely any economy. I'm really surprised to see that Lunar managed to take that game anyway.
Yeah, no, very well done there. And 2-0 lead now for him in this best-of-5 series. He's one map away now from securing the win in this best-of-5. So that's a pretty big deal. There's third place on the line here in the Season 2 UniSL.
We have, and if you guys didn't know, third place in the UniSL actually does yield some goodies.
What do you got?
It's here.
Are you going to ship that to him? Because he's not actually
I think
there.
we're actually going to be shipping this to whoever, because
so what we have some Kingston Hyper X swag.
This is actually
a T-shirt.
This is what you win. You win a T-shirt.
So you get a HyperX T-shirt. Actually,
no, cool. Actually, we have a bunch of stuff here.
I think there's like some RAM. There's an SSD.
Yeah, this
is
120 gig SSD.
I want it. Okay.
From Kingston, our sponsors. And what else have we got in here? We've got this 8 gig RAM here as well.
Sweet.
I actually want to take this right now. I mean, I've got it in my hands. I could just, get away from this casting desk.
You just stuff some newspaper in that bag, they'll never be able to tell the difference.
Oh, and this little stress ball. This is
it's very good. I think Xefania actually needs that right now.
Yeah, definitely.
But guys, we're getting into the third map of the series, and it is going to be on Derelict Watchers, so tournament edition of this map. Yes. And these guys will be spawning in this 1v1 map. So now, spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, the man is up 2-0 in this series, one map away from securing the win. It is our Zerg player, Lunar. That zoom. That was dramatic.
The dubstep zoom. And here we have his opponent, Blue Terran. He needs to find a way to make it back. He needs to take 3 consecutive wins in a row if he wants to win the goodie bag.
The mech hope, man.
Yeah,
he is the mech hope. This man actually has his style and he sticks to it. And that's you have to respect.
Yes.
You have to respect that play. Lunar, however, seems to have his number today, so he really is going to have to play magically here if he wants to win this series.
Absolutely. Anyway, just to get it over with, here's Xefania, the Blue Terran.
Oh, we went a little bit deeper this time.
We did. We definitely did. Now, Lunar does have... he's up 2 games. So, I mean, he could do something weird. He could go for an all-in with Banelings and Roaches. And, I mean, now he has lots of room. He can maneuver however he wants in terms of builds and play styles. Because, I mean, if he drops a single game, that's not going to be the end of it. Because it's still going to be match point for Xefania.
Exactly right. That's the thing. He's got that net. He's got that safety net now to work with. That 2-round buffer, that 2-map buffer. The problem is, for Xefania, is that this is a 1v1 map again. It's just a 2-player map. So if he did want to go for this, Lunar, he could just get up in his opponent's face. He's just right across the map, not the biggest of maps either, so he could get there fairly quick. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, for now at least. He goes for that hatchery first build. Again, the same build that he's used now 2 times running. He's thinking perhaps that why risk it? I'm beating him in straight up macro.
Yeah, I feel solid with this build. It's been working for 2 games in a row now. And so, like, why should I change up my style? Because, I mean, he basically knows what Xefania is going to be doing anyway. So, I mean, and mech it's pretty slow at the start. It takes some time to slowly build up.
Yeah, and we do have the gas coming down here for Xefania, so he will be going for that Reaper play, and we can see that now. It's in the production tab. He's going to be getting that scouting information. As far as Lunar is concerned, he's gone with his spawning pool now, and he's actually going to be pretty much following the same playbook, as we just said, 2 maps running. He's not willing to change things up. It's worked in the past. Why fix it if it isn't broken? That's the real thing here.
Yep. But anyway, opening the same way, similar openings from all of our players. CC now coming down for Xefania. Is he going to build a second Reaper? We will see. No, he's going to go and get a reactor on top of that Rax and then drop a factory.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty standard tried and true, isn't it? The factory goes down.
Xefania skipping his gas this time, though. He on Whirlwind, he did go for that quicker gas, so...
wanted to get that speed fairly early. Doesn't seem like that's the case this time around. Interestingly enough, because this is a 2-player map, so if a punch was going to be coming early on, wouldn't take Xefania to close the distance that long for
yeah,
him to close the
absolutely,
distance.
absolutely. You make a great point there. Luna keeping the Wounded Link back. Oh, he
That
might lose.
micro.
Yeah. Fucking Ghost to GSL.
Dude, he is on top of it right now.
He is right now. I mean, I think he feels extremely comfortable in the situation.
I think I would be too. If I was up 2-0 in a best of 5, I think I'd be feeling pretty good myself. So far, we do have Xefania kind of sticking to his guns. He's got that factory about to wrap up, and well, the reactor's on the way as well. So we should just see the Hellion production.
Yeah, but we have a second faster gas coming out for Xefania, and I suspect this might actually be for 2-port Banshee.
Again.
Yeah, because when he goes for this gas, it is 2-port Banshee in like 9 out of 10 scenarios.
Yeah, well, now the big question is, are we going to see the proper reaction here from him to deny that scouting information? Because now he has to know. He has to be aware of Lunar's tendency to scout early with that Overlord and get that information. So is he going to start cranking out, I don't know, just a handful of Marines
No, like
here to
one
keep
or
on
two
the
Marines
edge?
is enough to deny an Overlord scout. Like you don't need a lot. And I mean, he could just make 2 Marines out of this Rax. It's not a big investment. But he's saving up all this gas now. And honestly, Semmler, I think this is going to be 2-port Banshee coming out here from Xefania.
Make the Marines! And there they are. Of course, there's the 2 ports going down, and they are, hidden at the back of the base this time, so they're not right out in the open. But still, there's nothing here to stop Lunar from floating that Overlord right through the front door.
No, he's going to come right in because there's no... Now we see single Marine being produced here, and he's rallying him in the right direction to greet this Overlord with 20mm Gust rifle fire.
Good man, Zeph. Good man. Adapting.
Yes, he is like the Zerg. He's evolving.
He is learning.
Maybe he's infested.
That's those big human brains that he's got to work with, isn't it? You would expect him to
maybe
be
he's
able to learn a
infested
little
because
something.
I mean he's learning now. And now Lunar is gonna be. This is new to him. Ooh, denying some of that creep run. That's good. But actually, is this single Marine gonna be enough to stop this Overlord? I'm not sure.
It's gonna be a close call. It's going to be a close call. Is Lunar going to be able to spot it in time? He's heading the right direction now. There's no second Marine that's about to pop. It's going to be so close.
30. Oh, he sees the 2-port.
Oh, no.
That is so frustrating for Xefania.
Ah, Xefania, he came close, but no cigar. This time around, his opponent gets in there again, and he's going to know what's coming at him. He's already got the lair on the way. And he's content for now, at least, to just continue along with his build. But Lunar will have the static defense. He will be prepared for this when it comes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the lair starting now. Cloak coming in. I mean, look, if Xefania pulls the best micro in the world with these
best
Banshees,
micro in the world.
Yeah, the best, literally the best micro in the world, like best micro in the world trademark.
We're talking like MVP micro here.
We're talking beyond MVP. I mean, MVP has sick carpal tunnel, so. Oh shit! Look at this. I shouldn't be saying that on UniSL stream. I said,
who you're gonna get beaten later.
I know.
Get shanked.
Lisa is gonna.
There's quite a few people here. That's gonna gang up on you.
It's like a prison. But anyway, Spore here in the middle of the map, and 4 Queens as well. This is more than enough to hold on against 2 Banshees. Not 4 Banshees, but at least 2.
At least 2. That's
at least 2.
The thing. He's got another one in production right now. And
he's actually slightly supply blocked himself, and he's going for the fast third again, like he did on Beltray Vestige. So that is good. I believe that Luna does see this though. Yes, he does. So he's swinging in here with a bunch of links again. Counter-attack. But now we have 2 aliens here, 3 aliens. This is actually, I really like what Xefania is doing. I mean, even though his build got scouted, he seems to be on top of things a lot more now. Maybe the first games were initial warm-up.
Well, this is a bit of a scary situation. The Overseer is here, so these Banshees aren't going to live for too long, but still they have terrific DPS when it comes down to shooting, Queens.
Yeah, absolutely. But now he's moving in here, and he's going to be trapping himself in this third base with all of these Queens. A total of 5 Queens and additional Ling reinforcements coming in. He needs to be really careful. Focusing down the Banshees, which is exactly what he needs to do. 1 Queen does fall, though. Trying to micro back here. He's out of transfuse energy now.
But then he decides to fly the Banshee away. That micro.
Yes, that was he loses another Queen. He's going to be able to pick off another one. But I mean, the trade-off is not worth it. He doesn't. He needs to focus on Queen. Get the Queen.
Get the Queen.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, Xefania. Now, anyway, the 1-1 finishing up here now for Luna. Xefania actually focusing so much there on that micro in the battle that he forgot to macro a little bit, and the Spire has finished as well. So again, Xefania finds himself behind in upgrades, and he didn't actually deal too much damage. He did do more damage now than he did in game number 1 with that initial attack with Banshees and Hellions, but no economical damage except macro damage.
Yeah, this still gets very tricky. And now we
Yeah.
actually have the links coming in here. They are going to be
this is going to be too much unless Xefania can position these perfectly in the mineral line, but
these are
no.
1/1 links as well.
Oh,
They deal some damage, surprisingly enough. They're going to be able to clean up everything here on the ground. He even managed to split a few over into the mineral line, maybe snap up a couple SCVs.
Yeah, this is carnage.
No, just fine, just fine. And so far, this is just Luna drawing attention back to his opponent's base, and Xefania is actually floating a lot of minerals right now. A lot of minerals, a lot of gas, so he needs to start getting that production up and running.
I think he's a bit indecisive about what he wants to do with his money. Now we see this Mutalisk, the bunch of Mutalisks did clean up that one single Banshee that was floating in the middle of the map. And here comes another one. Look at this, Xefania is really thrown off, I feel. I mean, he's just throwing away these Banshees, and he can't afford to do that. I mean, his third base is up, but he needs to get it mining. A lot of turrets going down, and a planetary as well, so it's going to be awfully well defended again. But
8 turrets. He
With-
is not skimping.
yeah, but like when you see your opponent get a third base planetary, as is you just, okay, fine, you're just going to be turtling for a bit, so I'm going to go and double expand.
That's the thing. He could very well do that right now. Lunar doesn't quite have the minerals. He's actually pretty on top of this, not floating a whole lot throughout this entire match, despite the fact that there have been engagements.
Yeah, he's got a good drone count as well, so his economy is very established. He's getting a road for now, 2-2 melee, overlord speed. Actually, I like that.
Well, you know, for those overseers, and also just
How do you pronounce that? Pneumatized carapace? How would you pronounce that?
let's see, pneumatized.
Pneumatized? I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Well, you wouldn't. It's like the P is silent.
PNE?
P is silent.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's silent?
So you're just like you
pneumatized?
kind of like pneumatized.
Pneumatized
it's like-
carapace?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But well, you called it, mate. We do have the 2 expos going down here for Lunar, so he's really just going to be like, okay, I'm going to take the entire map again, and we're seeing a kind of a replay here from Belcher Vestige.
Yep,
He's just going to
pretty
continue
much.
creep spreading, continue dropping overlords all over the place, just continue with the map control.
We see now that he's actually investing a little bit more into these mutas though, getting a high count in game number 1, and he's getting the upgrades, working a little more on those. He did skip that armor. He also went into the swarm hosts fairly quick. He's not doing that now. So finally going up to a total of 5 factories again, which is the maximum number of factories you can support for these 3 bases, if you're going to be making Thors at least. And especially with the 2 ports here, 2 starports, making Ravens.
Yeah, what could be interesting here, however, is the fact that he's investing in Widow Mines this time around, Xefania.
Ooh,
So he's going to have that
nice.
Thor Widow Mine combo, that 1-2 punch with the AoE, with the Ravens as well. If he gets a couple secret missiles, he's learning, he's adapting. If the Mutas take the same fight as we've seen, you know, in the first 2 maps, Widow Mines could change everything.
Widow Mines, Thor Splash, Seeker
That's a
Missile
lot of
Splash.
area of effect damage.
It's going to be like mages in World of Warcraft 3v3.
Exactly, they're just going to nuke everything. Nuke it. But this is going to be a bit of a problem here. We got the lone Banshee trying to make its way in, but the Spore Crawler is going to find it, and he's going to get 1 shot off. He's not even going to get a drone.
So this...
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he gets a drone, and there we see these Mutalisks cleaning up that 1 Banshee. And a few Widow Mines borrowed here. He needs to make additional spider... ooh, bit my tongue.
Spider Mines?
Widow Mines.
Absolutely.
And...
I like this, though. This is how mines should be used. They should be spread out across the map.
yeah, that's just such a pain in the rear. Really, like when you move out, and if you don't have an overseer with you, or if you're not keeping your eyes on location where your units are moving, you can suddenly take massive hits and lose
Exactly.
a lot of units.
And you've got Mutas that are flying around the map as well. They're going to be clumped up unless he spots Thors. So unless he's keeping a close eye on things here, Lunar, he could take some damage from these mines.
I really like as well what Xefania is doing. He's spreading out his units among all of his bases, so he's ready to defend any sort of initial harassment coming in here from his opponent. So, I mean, even though he's just stuck on 3 bases, if he can max out once and just deal a single death punch to his opponent, he could end the game with 1 single push. But it's going to be difficult the longer he waits, though, because like he needs to go for that max as soon as possible.
Absolutely. He just needs to rush up to it. And right now, he's actually having to clear up this creep on his 4th base. Again, Lunar just being a thorn in his side with all this creep everywhere. It's the same thing that we saw in Belcher Vestige.
Oh
Lunar's
my
not
god,
missing a
Semmler, here
beat.
we look at these Widow Mines coming in there.
There's 1 queen going.
Yeah, he needs to
boom.
be really careful. Oh, Widow Mine hit going out. That's 3 Widow
But
Mines
there's
here.
3.
If he's not on his toes. Oh,
He's gonna get it! Kaboom! There's the Thors, there's the Widow Mines, and those Mutas, they still managed to survive.
oh my god, I cringed so hard there.
I mean, +1, that +1 carapace just saved those Mutas, I think.
That was just, like my heart leaped out of my chest there.
That was a massive hit.
Yeah, I
How
thought-
many Mutas does he still have? That's the question.
Let's see, he actually didn't lose too many there.
34. He still has 34.
He
That's
didn't
a
lose too
very
many.
healthy
He
count.
lost 2. He's only lost he lost 7
I love Xefania
Mutalisks.
though. Look at this guy. He's just making thorns and then more Widow Mines.
Oh, look at the Widow Mine. Look at the Widow Mine
Mines.
count in his natural.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just ridiculous.
I mean, one salvo. It's kind of gamble gaming, though, isn't it? It's like he's going to count on that one salvo that's just going to obliterate everything.
It is a
and
make
if
it or break
doesn't do it, well then.
Make it or break it, you know. But now finally these Banshees coming into play a little bit, getting some of these drone kills that they have long waited for. And now the Widow Mine killing 3 Mutalisks. Like, you know, one of these random ones that he placed out onto the middle of the map. Now, with this army, actually with this number of Widow Mines, it's going to be really hard for Lunar to bait out, you know, 1, 3, 5 shots. You know, because, I mean, there's going to be, like, even though he expels a couple of shots, there's still going to be a million more remaining. So,
oh, well, do we have any Widow Mines defending here at the third base? Looks like these mutas want to try and get in here.
Yeah, they're going to be coming in they might be able to get some damage here, picking off a bunch of turrets. They could even potentially get this planetary. We see a bunch of swarm hosts now, and Hive is about to finish as well. He does have bailing speed, repairing this, but this actually is going to fall. But here we see Xefania moving in towards the 5th base here of his opponent. We have lots of Widow Mines burrowed even in the creep.
Yeah, it's going to make movement very difficult here. Lunar, he needs to get in. However, he needs to start defending this. He's got some lings here to try and delay things, but this is just going to be the counterpunch for Xefania. He's lost everything at his third base.
Do you see these 5 Widow Mines?
How many kills?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a Thor that got 3. So he lost 10 Mutalisks in one go here at the 3rd base of his opponent.
That's the problem. That's what we're talking about here. Big boom is always possible with these Widow Mines.
But these Locusts are going to be very cost effective against these Widow Mines.
That's going to draw a lot of fire, and that's actually leaving about half of those Widow Mines still with shots. The thing is, there's so many spread out across the map, and there's the AoE. The Thors obliterate the mutas.
He's down to a 13 in total Mutalisks. He does have 16 swarm hosts, though. So he has no good measure against these, except the PDDs. But he needs to be very conservative with, look at this Seeker Missile even going down on those mutas, killing 5 in one go. That one Hero Raven there. But he needs to move these mines up. He needs to move them forward as he goes, and he needs to keep producing units and rallying them across the map. Now we see siege tanks finally coming in here.
Somehow he needs to actually clear up these locusts and these swarm hosts. Unfortunately for him, there we go. The Ravens trying to make their way in here, and there are the secret missiles going down, but only 3 of them.
Yeah, that is not going to be enough for this. These Thors are completely trapped, but he's killing all of the Mutalisks at least. A bunch of swarm hosts did fall, but these Widow Mine shots are just being wasted completely on all of these locusts, and he's going to be able to clean this up. But we see Seeker Missiles going down here. Again. Very nice split there, actually, from Lunar, saving most of those. Not taking too much damage from those Seeker Missiles.
He's had such a terrific economy going for so long now. Lunar, you know, replenishing this army is not the end of the world for him. He's only really limited by his gas. He's got 3,000 minerals in the bank, so 180 supply already. He's even going to hunt down these Ravens. There is no escape. There is no God, Xefania. You have lost everything.
Seeker Missile there, not even killing that Mutalisk. But the difference here is that Xefania, even though he lost his 3rd base, he does have this 4th planetary, which he did not have on the game number 1. And we have a bunch of Widow Mines burrowed here, actually. Racking up a few drone kills here. He's killed a total of 24, not too big. But the upgrades here are actually in favor here for Lunar.
He is starting, and he's actually managing to clear up some of these Widow Mines across the map as well. He left 2 of them. Unfortunately for him, those Overseers didn't get quite close enough. But still, a healthy number of mutas out on the map. He's got the 11 swarm hosts as well. He's got quite a bit of an army to deal with.
He's making additional swarm hosts as well. He's getting the +1 melee, the +3 melee.
And now the 3rd base may be forfeit here for Xefania. It's all the way up at the top. There are some turrets here to defend, but again, Widow Mines, limited count. He's actually managing to move them back under here, but he's got to be careful. He's getting them sniped.
The Overseer does soak that shot, though, so that's not an optimal hit. And here we have Locust making their way into the 3rd base. Again, that was re-established here, but he's taking so much economical damage. We should see a bunch of... no, never mind. There were actually no Seeker Missiles coming down here, and the entire mineral line does get decimated. But we finally go. Is Luna not paying attention?
Oh! He just lost so much! He loses more than half of his mutas in the blink of an eye, and the mine hit as well. That entire flock of mutas obliterated.
Down to 10.
That is a real problem here for Lunar. All of a sudden, he was like, I am in total control of this map. And then all of a sudden, well, he just completely lost it. But
still, look at this. We have these mines still burrowed here at the 4th base of Lunar. The 3rd has been re-established here for Xefania as well. He's starting to slowly make his way back in terms of economy. And these Widow Mines are still... they're actually killing lava. I don't think that's going to be too important.
Killed a muta with it. So
he got a muta? Okay.
He got 1 muta.
You know, if you kill 1 muta, then you're cost efficient. But I mean, look at the kills of these. 17, 3, and 3. So he's killed 23 things with these Widow Mines. And now we have an additional Widow Mines coming here. He's actually moving little groups of Widow Mines.
I love it.
hit
It's like
squads.
Widow Mine run-bys. You know? He's just like, this is his harass right here. He's just burrowing them everywhere across the map, and he's still managing to find kills. Another Muta gets shot out of the sky.
But like, as long as he kills a single Muta with the Widow Mines, he's cost efficient.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. This is Lunar still having to try and catch his breath here. He is going to be going for a fight. All of a sudden, we see Shorty with the hair.
Yeah, he does clean up those Widow Mines. Now look at this, another group, another hit squad of 6 Widow Mines. They look like little muffins of death. That was actually like the most ridiculous shit I've ever said. But yeah, still, muffins of death. And
What happens if they burrow on top of the
Is that going to be like,
oh, he's going to burrow them!
no.
Run away!
Oh my god, he did get 3 there.
That was close.
I love this from Xefania right now. This is the best game of the series so far.
You almost wish he could win it, but it still feels like just delaying tactics. He's just slowly buying time, as much time as he possibly can with the hit squads. He sends them out, but this is still a close call here. 5 bases up and running for Lunar. He's still just sitting on a
now we
very
have
powerful
ultras.
economy.
We have ultras in production as well with the chitinous plating. In terms of resources lost, we have Xefania at a good 20,000 to his opponent's 23,000. So I mean, he's been cost efficient, and he does have this 4th base established. So he's, I mean, it's a 4-base it's a 4-base mine Terran versus a 5-base Zerg.
The Mine Terran. That's going to be the new strategy here.
I love this. This is
what we have to
brilliant.
call it in the future. He's got tanks though now, and tanks are his favorite unit.
Yeah. His upgrades are pretty bad though. I mean, we have his opponent maxing out on every single upgrade possible for all of his units. I mean, he's at 2/2 Mutas with +3 coming in. He's going to have 3/5 Ultralisks as well when chitinous plating finishes. So, I mean, he's going to find himself behind in terms of upgrades, and that's going to be very hard for him to be continue being cost efficient.
Absolutely, it's going to get very tricky indeed. We do have still, I mean, Lunar, he's kind of floating about. He is getting some good harass in Lunar as well with those locusts. You know, just trying to send them into the 3rd base, into the 4th base, try and just draw Xefania out. There is a mine here, a couple mines this time around, so
3 mines that are around
Xefania, again, learning.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's doing a brilliant job. I really love the addition of using so many Widow Mines in his composition. This Planetary and these Widow Mines are not going to be able to deal with all these Ultras. He needs to mass repair right now, but look at the damage. Okay, we have 6 more Widow Mines burrowing here. They didn't actually kill anything.
No, and he's going to lose the base as well, and all the SCVs have to run, but the AoE damage, the Cleaves comes in, and they get torn to shreds. The one CC is like, I can lift up in the air, it's not a problem. These guys, you know, Ultras can't really jump that high.
But this time we have 9 Ravens, a total of 9. Seeker missiles now going down, and I thought he wasn't going to be in pursuit of those Swarmers. The Ultralisks, though, are... I mean, I don't know. They could probably bust into the natural, but he's going to be pulling them backwards, back home, because he wants to defend against this. A bunch of Widow Mines going, I mean, Seeker missiles going down, but only.
No, take it off!
Oh, look at this, and the splash damage from those falls as well. But now the Ultras are coming in here, and they're going to be shredding everything in. Lots of Seeker missiles going down left and right, but there's just too much Zerg for Xefania to deal with, and he's going to be forced to pull out with these Ravens.
He has to turn tail and run as best he can. He's dropping PDDs, trying to avoid the shots from the Mutas. There's 3 Mutas left in the air. That's all they need. And they are just managing to get kills. But once again, Lunar manages to repel the attack, and Xefania has to try and regroup.
Yeah, absolutely. Lunar has a massive bank as well, so he's just going to be maxing out on additional Ultralisks and the Mutas. But we have a stupidly high mine count, and Widow Mines...
They blow up everything this time. They actually do pick up 2 Ultras.
This is just ridiculous.
This is all over the place, man. This game is so back and forth.
He is truly the Mine Terran. I wonder how many Widow Mines he has made in total this game.
That would be a good question. We have to go back and say, just count. They're at least like 100, if not more.
Most definitely. Still retains these tanks in his natural. I mean, if he went for like mass tank Mine Thor with a bunch of Ravens, I mean, that could have probably worked, but I mean, I think it's a bit too late right now. He's mining out all of his bases. His natural is completely dry. His 4th base is re-established again with the new planetary. His 3rd base is going to be running out of money shortly. No, actually, he's got decent mineral count there.
He's got decent mineral count, but, you know,
Yeah.
1 solid round of mules, and all of a sudden, that's going to start fading. He is putting his mules over on the 4th base.
He's attempting another cute run by there with those Widow Mines, but that's not going to work.
We do have the Locust actually picking up a couple kills already. There's the scan going down, trying to find those swarm hosts, but the Ultra should be able to get in here. He has no detection, however. That's the real problem here for Lunar.
Yeah,
He's got an Overseer over here.
Now we see a bunch of Lings making their way into the 4th base here.
But this is a planetary this time.
Yeah,
He's learned his lesson.
Yes, he has. I like the addition of Widowmines as well, burrowed among the turrets. That's
I just
really
like he's making Banelings. He's like, I am not going to be putting up with any of this smack. Put those Banelings in there. The Thors.
Yeah, like nasty.
Go. Do things. Blow up everything.
That looks so brutal. The planet, like the Ultralisk makes its way in and just gets shot in the face like with a shotgun or something.
Oh, this is the problem here.
Big
He's lost his
shotgun.
base down at the bottom.
Yeah, the third base does fall in. And I mean, Lunar has just been behind this entire game. But I mean, the way that he's played has just been so entertaining, and it's been brilliant to watch.
Yeah, it really has been something special. But we do have the flock of Ravens. It's the death flock. They're making their way up to the top of the base. They're going to be dropping turrets everywhere. Yes, they are. Has to be careful. Doesn't want to lose them to the Spore Crawlers.
PDD even going down
What's
there.
up?
I mean,
with the mutas.
he could. Oh yeah, he does not want to fly in above these turrets though, because they actually deal fairly decent amounts of DPS. But okay, look, with these number of upgraded Lings,
They shouldn't be around for too long. This is the
stuff.
last-ditch effort here from Xefania.
Yes.
His supply is going nowhere at this point. He has one mining base. Remaking these units is just going to be too expensive for him. The mutas get into the Ravens as well. He cannot afford to lose a single Raven, let alone the entire flock.
Bunch of Widowmines going down again. Oh no, I mean Seeker Missiles.
Good spread as well. From
Yeah,
all the mutas.
not losing very much to that. A bunch of Widowmines buried here, and he does have this this 5th CC. No, he'd actually lose. He lost that 3rd again, so I mean, he wants to go and reestablish that. But now we have Lings, and there's just so much Zerg all over the map.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the real problem. He's never going to be able to reestablish that base. Lunar is just sitting pretty. He's remaxed again.
Yeah, and he's even grabbed the 6th base. He's grabbing a 7th as well. He's going to have a ridiculous base count.
It's going to be all over the place. So
massive number of Banelings morphing in as well here. Total of 28. Okay, that's not too big. But he's going to be crashing these into this planetary fortress. And with a backup from these Ultralisks, yeah, that's definitely going to be enough to knock this
So long as they don't go into Thor. So long as they don't go into Thor. Click the Banelings on the base, and he's doing just that. It's going to be the big kaboom. This is the end. This is the death knell here for Xefania. He's lost yet another base and nearly all of his SCVs as well. His supply drops down to 71 versus 180 for Lunar.
Even a small mine drop going on here with this medevac, full Widowmines into that medevac. This is just, Xefania is just playing a really cute mine-heavy style, and now we're going to be seeing 2 hits.
He's on the brink. He's on the brink of this of elimination here. This is map 3 in this best of 5, and Lunar is looking like he's going to manage to snap it up.
I think so.
Oh, the mines, they're going to get dropped, and, well, they do manage to go down in time, but there happens to be a spine crawler
They're
here.
out of range.
No detection.
They're out of range as well. They cannot actually fire at anything. And now it's just going to be these swarm hosts, these 3 swarm hosts, these 3 hero swarm hosts, slowly whittling down the front line here of Xefania.
That's like 3 swarm hosts and then a billion locusts.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
Yeah,
here.
that's exactly how it is. And now we see an additional 5 ultras in production. Great spy as well for Luna. He's just taking in the victory, I think.
Yeah, at this point he doesn't really need to make any kind of big plays. He can just rush it down though if he wants to get up on that natural base and just end it right here.
Look at that mineral bank. He could probably overrun Xefania with pure speedling.
Absolutely.
I mean,
he's
because
on top of his injects and he has a good follow-up.
Yeah, because I mean that's enough money to make like probably 1,000 Lings.
All the Lings.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Few Widowmine.
Oh, he's finally microed those Widowmines over on the 5th.
Yeah, he moved them a little bit, and now 2 big hits.
Boom.
Bam.
But the squad is rendered useless. It's going to be 69 supply here for Xefania.
Yeah, but imagine if he flies into this mine line.
If he flies into that, he's going to be in for a pretty sad surprise.
Oh, let's see this. Come on, Luna. Here you go.
The splits.
No, he's going to be soaking up all of these hits with the overseers. That's actually pretty cool from Luna. But the Thors at the front have fallen. Only the tanks remain, and.
Xefania continues to produce units. He continues to produce Widow Mines, but also some Hellions now. So hopefully he'll be able to get out on the map with those, or at least look to take a fight.
Yeah, regain some of that map control.
Yeah, dude, he's still 100 supply back down. Like Lunar at this point can do whatever he wishes.
Ooh, secret missiles on the Banelings, but he does manually detonate them. Pretty cute there from Xefania, but here it comes.
Massive Seeker Missile on the mutas, but it's really not going to matter. There's so many ultras here. Everything is going to die. He's forced to lift up that base again, and Xefania, his economy is now reduced to nil. He has nothing left. 500 minerals in the bank, 20 Vespene gas. That's all he has to work with, and a final 5 mines in production. But this is going to be the end here. Xefania just holding on to the very bitter end. You have to give him some respect for that.
Absolutely. I mean, he played a really good game 2, and this game 3 has also been very, very nice to watch. Fun, really fun to cast. I mean, he showed a really odd style with making so many Widow Mines. We never see that. I've actually never seen that.
This is a guy who wants to play the game his way.
Yeah, absolutely, and I really, really like that. I mean, not doing the same old, same old. He's actually, changing things up. He needed to change things up, and he did do that in game 1 and 2.
Exactly right. He did, unfortunately. But there's the GG. Xefania realizes it's the end. He taps out, and we are with a 3rd place winner.
Yes, that is correct.
For taking it 3-0 clean sweep over the Mech Terran.
And well, so first off, we'll have to congratulate Luna to his 3-0.
Yeah, no, fine job, really. He did well. He just showed us in the pre-match interview. He told us that he was not worried, that he knew what he had to do to get the job done, and well, he proved it here.
Absolutely. But in game 3 there on Derelict Watch, if I was Luna, I'd be really thrown off by the number of Widow Mines, like a bit overwhelmed.
I think at this point he's just like, I'm just having a laugh. Everything is going my way. I get to do whatever I want.
But he could have lost that game.
He could have. There was a window.
Game 2.
There was a window. And game 2, he did come very close, but with some great defense, he was able to hold
extremely close. Yeah, definitely. It came down to that magic boxing of the Mutalisks that Luna really displayed that he has mastered.
He has mastered the Zerg. He is an alien. We can no longer count him amongst the human race.
No, but
guys, now we're actually going to go ahead and hear from the winner himself. We should have an interview coming up with Lunar, so we can talk a little bit about what actually happened in this match. But the man who's going to be asking the questions is Njal over on the couch.
Yeah, hi and welcome back to the casting couch. We have with us now a few more people. Petter, welcome to the couch.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we have also the season winner, Winter.
Thank you.
What do you think of this season, man?
It was great.
No, I mean the season outside.
Oh, rainy. Like it should be snow. It sucks.
You're not a fan of snow, right?
Yes, I'm a fan of snow.
I'm not a fan of snow.
Why?
Because it's cold and horrible. So.
But pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty though. It's very pretty. It gets kind of bright when you have snow outside, but actually it's very cold and I don't like it very much. You don't like it, right? I love it. You love snow.
You're the only
Does
one
everyone in here love snow?
Yes.
Damn it. I'm okay with winter, but I'm not very much okay with snow, unless you're gonna ski.
I'm fine with him too.
So I'm fine with winter. I'm fine with the season too, if you're gonna ski or whatever. But snow, man, snow can just go and blow itself away. Okay, so we have an interview coming up with Lunar. Are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Are you watching the stream at the same time?
No, I'm not. Should
Okay,
I?
can you turn it on? I want to show you
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
I want to show you. Fair enough.
It's better be something good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, man.
Okay, I got the stream up.
Yeah, so have you heard about what your price is?
No, not really. I got no
Okay.
idea.
Can you see it?
Just a second, it's loading.
What I want to say is that I'm wearing your price right now. That was what I was going to say. And are you watching now?
Yeah, I just have to...
Oh, right,
Just give
there's
me
a
a
small
second.
delay, right?
Small delay, like 10
Okay,
seconds.
whatever. I'm about to take your price off myself. And here goes. Whoa! It's a... okay, we're waiting.
Yeah.
Is he gonna see this?
Yeah, you'll have to say. You'll have to say when you see it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say when you see us. Did you see
Sure
me
will.
taking off the backpack?
No, it's still loading. It's just going slow for some
Okay.
reason.
Well, I took off your price, and it's before me right now. And I can describe it to you if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Now I can see you, by the way.
Oh, you can see me now?
Yeah,
What am I doing?
like you holding a microphone and playing with your backpack or something.
All right.
There it is.
That's your prize, man.
Ah, thanks.
It's actually like a gymnastics bag, like you had in second grade school. Or what do you call it? Like when you're a kid and you have gymnastics. So
Yeah, I know what you get.
yeah, that's the
Go
prize. You can put your clothes in there. Like when you're done playing for the day, you can go to have gymnastics. That's a great thing to have. But there's also some things inside it.
Yep.
We have, for example, here a HyperX t-shirt. Can you hold it up?
I can hold it.
Cool, huh?
The latest.
And you can wear that while working out, by the way. So
Sure will.
it's complimentary.
Working out your e-athleticism.
Yeah, exactly. You work out those underarms, man. Those forearms. And what do we have here? Is it a... oh, it's like a keychain.
No.
Oh, it's just a key.
It's a keychain.
Oh, I thought it was like a computer thing, but it's actually just rubber. So it's a keychain rubber thing that you can use for things, not for workouts, like the other things. And here we have the actual thing, the actual product. It's two of these memory cards, and they have the RAMs.
Yep.
Yeah, the memory RAMs, the HyperX RAMs. And
8 gigabytes, I think.
8 gigabytes each.
Nice.
And oh, they're 4 each. They're 8 in total then.
So 8 in total.
Yeah. Although they look really cool.
Yep.
Can you see them on the stream?
No, it's like
Yeah.
lagging and
They
stuff.
You guys can see it in a while. Or you see it live while I'm saying it live though. So when I say you're seeing it now, they will be seeing it now when the stream says.
The stream will
Okay,
be seeing it
that's
then.
that's pretty
The
damn
stream
amazing.
will be seeing it then. Just get to the next part.
I'm getting to the last. Oh no, not the last present, but oh, here we have like a 120 gigabytes SSD, a HyperX 3K, 120 gigabytes, 2.5 SATA Rev, 3.0,
awesome.
6 gigabytes. So it's very many things on this, and it's very good. It has a lot of qualities,
It has a lot of numbers on it.
lots of numbers. I mean, the more numbers, you want all the numbers to be high, right?
Yes.
Gigabytes and stuff. That's good. You want your numbers in the gigabytes. And lastly, we have this this thing,
It's a
this
stress
face. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it really a stressful?
Yeah,
Do you have one?
it's very
It's
hard.
kinda-
You need to be really stressed for that one.
All right. Are you very stressed right now, Lunar?
No, I'm pretty calm.
Do you want to see me use the stress ball? The
Yeah,
stress
do
head?
it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
here we go.
You'll see
As
that.
you can see, it's very tough. Have you been using yours, Winter?
I know.
You have one, right?
Yeah, I got the same one, but I haven't been using it.
Maybe you're not very stressed out though.
No, it's too hard.
That's so
like,
cute.
You can't like use it at all.
Lunar, you're gonna have to use it though. Maybe the thing is like if you use this and you wear the shirt at the same time, you'll sweat into the shirt and they can change into it, so it's like a whole thing. Right?
whole
This is
package.
the workout.
And then you can use your hard drive.
Yeah, then
So,
you use
yeah.
your hard drive. And you can lift the hard drive because it's kind of heavy. So, you know,
Work out with the
it's
hard
heavy enough for you probably. I'm sorry. That was stupid. So about the games then. I mean, that second game, man, that was pretty damn close.
Yeah, I was kind of
No, I
confused.
meant oh, you didn't see the second game, but that was. I think you were like anticipating him going for a double starport again, right? Oh, Xefania, are you in the chat as well?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, hi, man.
Hi.
I didn't know. I was just welcome to the last player interview.
Thank you.
Hey, how did you feel about that second game? It, like watching it, it felt like you were quite a bit ahead.
Yeah, I felt that my opening was very successful.
Yeah. So you anticipated that Lunar thought that you were going for a double star port, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was a. I dare say it was a very successful opening. And Lunar, how the hell did you manage to take that game back? Because, man, I thought you were dead there.
He just didn't have enough force, and I got lucky with mutas, I guess. And Ron Bice did a lot of damage.
All right. So why not Widow Mines? Xefania.
On Whirlwind,
Yeah, on the second game.
I think
sort
it's.
of, yeah, say.
I could have done that, but
I sort
I
of
don't
feel
like it as much on bigger maps.
All right. Because I sort of feel like you can kill like an endless number of Thors with mutas if you magic box them,
Yeah,
right? I've been there too, like when trying mech, you make a mass number of pure Thor and some Hellbats, and then just die to muta on bailing, and you're like, what the hell, man? But that's life, I guess. So the third game, that was like one of the most hilarious games we've ever seen, I think.
That was insane. It was so much fun.
I mean, when your Widow Mines killed those swarm hosts, That's like the first time I've ever seen Widow Mines kill swarm hosts. Hosts. That's very hard to pronounce, by the way. There was a lot of other things happening that game that I forget now, but which was also very much fun. Do you remember? Was there any particular moment in that game that was very fun for you, Xefania?
Yeah, I got some really fun hits with Widow Mines on Mutas, and that always feels very great.
Yeah, you had like, there was one time, like 2 times, where you almost wiped a whole swarm of mutas. They were all in the very low reds and then cleaned up with something else. We were standing up here, shouting for you. It was wonderful.
Yeah, we had a thing going there.
That Widow Mine nerf.
Yeah. True. I mean, you would have won that game if it wasn't for the Widow Mine nerf, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so Lunar, huge congratulations, by the way. Well played, man.
Thanks.
I think you were the favorite player going into this group, being Grandmaster and everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to say about these games or about playing?
Well, it was very fun to play, like the whole season.
Oh, are you guys, by the way, are you guys coming here to celebrate with us?
No, it's a bit far.
Yeah, you live in Uppsala, right?
No, Lund.
I do.
Lund?
Xefania lives in Lund.
Oh, so one lives in Lund and the other lives in Uppsala?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's very student cities.
Yeah, very soon, but very far. Don't worry, we'll be drinking beer for you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we totally will. So now that you've seen your prize and we've had our interview, do you have anything else you want to say about the games or the matchup or anything? Or playing with fire? Do you want to say anything about that?
Well, I don't know, like the games was pretty confusing. But
Yeah, those
it
were
was
some
fun
pretty
to play.
confusing games. I mean, Xefania has like his own style, right?
I guess you could say that.
Well played, guys. Do you have any shout-outs that you want to make before this interview is over? Xefania first.
Not really.
You don't have a team or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay, do you want to make a shout-out to Blizzard then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
shout out to Blizzard for
from
making the Widow
Xefania.
Mine.
Woo! And Lunar, shout-outs?
I can make a shout out to you guys then, to University Starleague. It was
Oh,
great fun,
thanks.
very good production.
Woo! We love being shout-outed at.
It had a great
That's
time.
one
so
thing
it's
that
good.
we do love. And thank you guys a lot for being on the interview. Thank you for playing the games. Well played, and I will see you guys on ladder.
And I hope we see you next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So now University Star League, we have like a lot of people working here, but for somehow we're never quite enough. And if you're looking to join us, join our fun and join our community, come here and do some, what do you call it, some work with us?
Yeah, we call it work.
We call it work, sure. You want to work, drink beer, talk in front of a camera, whatever. You are very welcome to come look us up. And yeah, do you have anything to say about that?
Well, yeah, we're always looking for people that can want to help us do the stuff that we do. People that can do like graphics and help in any other way, admin, just hang around and help us put our events together and everything. So go to the webpage, www.unisl.se. See, I'm very quick on those W's. I've been practicing those. It's the best letter, actually. My English is mad, man. Them skills. Yeah, so go to unisl.se and you can see what we're looking for there, and also just send us an email if you want to be hanging with us and doing making esports awesome. That's what we're doing. Other than that, I just want to give a shout out as well. I want to give a shout out to all these wonderful people that have been working with me to create this season. It's been so much fun. And I want to give a shout out to our partners and sponsors, of course, to HyperX for giving us these awesome prizes and hardware we need for Komplett, giving us computer hardware, a lot of stuff to actually put the whole production together, computers for the players to play on. To QPad for giving us a lot of merchandise stuff, production equipment to say production equipment. I'm sweeting it up because production equipment is expensive, so we've gotten to use theirs, which is absolutely wonderful. With that, this is the end of season 2, I guess.
That's the end of season 2, and we would just want to say that once we start to promote our next season, don't be afraid to sign up. It will be a lot of fun. You will be doing this. You will be playing against each other live. You will be interviewed, and you will have a chance to win stuff like this head and the other valuable things that were inside this bag.
Also, hard drives and SSD, you know, RAM memories and things like actual stuff.
Actual stuff,
and not just the stress ball head. I just want to emphasize that. Thank you. Carry on.
So I think that we're kind of done there. Yeah, I think that's that.
That's it for us.
How about an applause for everyone?
Yeah.
For us! For us!